There's electronic bugs all over here. Bugs.
How long have you been working for the CIA?
Actually, this is my first field assignment. Who are you?
I'm Daniel Warren, U.S. Marine Corps, retired. Mr. Cole, the regular caretaker of this safe house, had chest pains this morning. They took him in for medical tests. And they called me to take his place. Why don't you brief me on this weekend?
Well, there's a very important meeting here tonight between the U.S. State Department and a representative of the Chagos Islands.
The what?
The Chagos Islands. They're a vast archipelago stretching across hundreds of miles in the Indian Ocean. Recent geologic studies have established that this island group is sitting on more oil than any other country on the planet, except Saudi Arabia. OPEC is pressuring the Chagosians to join the cartel. The Chagosians have indicated some interest in placing themselves under the protectorate of the United States. The meeting tonight is to negotiate the terms. As you can imagine, OPEC will stop at nothing to prevent this from happening. It could even mean the breakup and downfall of the cartel.
And they sent you?
I can assure you I'm a highly trained and professional security expert. It's my job to secure this cabin for the meeting tonight.
Okay. What's the timetable?
I don't know. Details of the meeting have been kept so secret we don't even know who this representative is or when he or she will arrive. However, the U.S. State Department representative will be arriving shortly. It's my job to keep any potential intruders away.
And just how do you plan to do that?
Oh, I have everything I need right here in my far tag. My far tag.
Your what?
FARTAD, Field Agents Restricted Techniques and Devices. Do not use the front door!
And why not?
It's booby-trapped.
It's what?
It's booby-trapped with a giant cargo net. Anyone attempting to gain entry through the front door will be trapped. I've also rigged up what we in the trade call alley-oop cables outside each of the windows.
Alley-oop?
Anyone stepping up to the window will step into a loop of rope, which will, with a series of weights and pulleys, haul them upside down into the air. Alley-oop. That's a car!
No kidding.
Stand still! Leave it to me! It's not as bad as it's been before.
Really? Hold still.
Just, I am holding still here.
Now you've done it, boy.
Hello.
Hello? May I ask who you are and what you're doing here?
I'm Margaret Johnson from the U.S. State Department.
Good evening. I'm Daniel Warren, caretaker of this safe house. And this is Luke James from the Complete Idiots Academy. Listen, this is Margaret Johnson from the State Department.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that. I was just, testing one of the booby traps.
Well,
what?
well, don't you think you ought to check her security ID?
Yes! Right! I can do that. ID, please, madam. All right. That looks good. Thank you.
Here, allow me to take your coat.
Oh, thank you.
Does he know what he's doing?
I don't think he can do anything.
Not much, only that it's very hush-hush, and it's my job to keep any potential intruders away.
Yeah. So hush-hush that I don't even know who this representative is. They won't say who they're sending. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman. Incidentally, I was told the caretaker of this place was named Christopher Cole, not Daniel Warren.
Yes, well, Mr. Cole had to go in for some, medical tests, and they said Daniel would take his place.
Well, did you check his ID?
Yes. Well, no.
Maybe Mr. Warren was right about the Complete Idiots Academy.
What?
Nothing. Don't you think you should check him out?
Yes, right. I can do that. I'll have to use my cell phone to speed dial headquarters. There are never any phones in safe houses. It eliminates the bugging problem.
Here you are.
Thank you. Well?
It's no good. I can't get through. Must be interference from the storm. Thank you.
Mr. Warren, I think Mr. James has something he wants to ask you.
I do? Oh! Yes! Right! Okay. I think perhaps we'd better see some ID, Mr. Warren.
Yes, certainly.
All right. Everything looks okay. Thank you.
What kind of ID is that?
Oh, it's his driver's license. See? Daniel Warren. And his phone card.
And his security ID?
Right. Yes, good. And your security ID?
I'm afraid I left that behind when I got the emergency call from the reporter.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. That's it.
That's what?
Never mind. I'll talk to you later.
What I don't understand is how we're supposed to know who the Chagos Island government representative is when we meet him.
Or her. Don't forget, it could be a woman.
Either way, how would we know?
There's a recognition code.
Well, don't you think I ought to know what that code word is?
Well, certainly. It's
Over here. Now whisper. The cook is awake. What sort of a code word is that?
It's one that he now knows. Well, the damage is done. Let's just hope he checks out.
Oh, don't worry about me. It doesn't matter whether I know the code or not. Tide's really coming down now. Looks like we're in for a bad storm.
Oh dear, I left my bags in the car.
Your car! I need to set an alarm. I'll get your suitcase. May I have your keys?
Is an alarm really necessary?
Be prepared, that's my motto. And at any rate, it won't take long. And I have everything ready and prepared in my fart tab.
That's my coat. Why don't you wear your own?
Right! I can do that!
Say, what's a fartard?
Don't ask.
Fart tab! F-A-R-T-A-D! Field Agents Restricted Techniques and Devices.
Okay. Here you go.
Thank you. I won't be long.
What made you thinking about sending us an idiot like that?
Well, I know what I'm thinking about.
What?
You.
Me?
Yes, you're just one great guy.
What I had is a U.S. Marine Corps sergeant, a job to do. Sure, under normal circumstances, I would love to be called a great looking guy. Especially by a beautiful woman like you. Maybe later we can continue this conversation, but for now, we both have a job to do.
So you do find me attractive?
As I said, we have a job to do.
Well, later is good, but now
Operation Car Security is completed. Anyone attempting to gain entry into the vehicle by touching the car will be greeted with a siren and exploding fireworks, which I have carefully concealed in the door handles. So, do not attempt to enter your vehicle without first informing me, so that I can deactivate the alarm system.
Well, that's all very good, but I left my briefcase on the front seat.
Right! I'll go get it!
Where were we? Oh, yes. My room and later. By the way, big boy, which one is my room?
Geez, no, you never give up, do you? You could have been a great Marine.
Well, I prefer the Mounties.
Why?
They always get their man.
There you see? That's what I mean. This is your room, man.
Well, boy, that is small, but there's definitely room for two of my big, strong soldier boy.
Marine, man. Marine.
Well, I didn't know Marines ever retreated.
The Yellow River was a retreat, man. Mine's only a strategic withdrawal. I will, however, look forward to seeing more of you later.
Fine then, big boy. A truce. Until later. What happened?
There's nothing to get excited about. I just had a slight accident, but everything is under control.
You call being covered in orange paint under control?
Right. I'll go get cleaned up. I can do that.
Well, you can use the bathroom in my quarters off the kitchen.
Thanks.
Take your time. Alone again, lover boy.
I told you before, I'm not your lover boy.
Not till you will be.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Oh, still continuing your strategic withdrawal?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh, I guess I'll have to find a different plan of attack.
Attack?
Yeah. Well, let's just call it forward movement. Boy, have I got some news for you.
Why did my car break down on this dark and desolate road? Now I there and see your purpose. You have sent me here to rescue these two miserable sinners from their carnal desires and the pleasures of flesh.
Hello, I'm Margaret Johnson.
And I'm the Reverend Samuel Abner.
And I'm Daniel Warren. And I need a drink.
Just as I suspected, sinners! Sinners enjoy the pleasures of the flesh, the pleasures of the flesh without the benefit of matrimony. Do you know the retribution that awaits adulterers like you?
There really wasn't anything going on here.
Thank you, Lord. You sent me here just in time to rescue these two lost souls.
I'd hardly describe us as lost souls.
Souls such as yours are always lost. Always searching. Just like the children of Israel out in the desert searching for their promised land, so to your search. I ask you now, have you found your promised land? I know I have.
Can I show you to your promised land?
Rather like a plate of beans. You know, you got green beans, you got brown beans, you got kidney beans and wax beans, you got baked beans, black beans, you even got barbecue beans. At the end of the day, when you finish eating, they all just beans.
Wouldn't that make me has-beens?
They said the right is the spice of life. But it's that spice which also brings us heartache and despair. My poor lost soldier, now that you tempted down my star path, rather travel as I in the abundance of riches blessed by God.
What did he just say?
Absolutely nothing.
That is my mission, my purpose, my reason for being. And I'm here today to rescue you from your sinful ways and put you on the path of redemption.
I've heard quite enough. Reverend, it is my mission, my purpose, and my reason for being here tonight that I now require you to show some ID.
This is true color.
ID, please. Now.
Very well. Here it goes. Now, I left my secretary out in the car, and I must now bring her here to safety. But I want you to know I cannot condone your wanton ways as I witness her. She's an innocent and must be protected from the evils of the moral activity. Therefore, while I'm in this house, I expect to see no repetition of your licentious behavior as witnessed earlier. Who is this?
Oh, he's from the CIA.
No, not the Central Intelligence. He's from the other CIA. The Culinary Institute of America. Chef.
He is?
Yes, that's Mr. James, the chef.
Why is he lying on the living room floor?
He's asleep.
Asleep? Why is he sleeping on the middle of the living room floor?
Well,
He suffers from narcolepsy.
He does?
Yes, absolutely. He falls asleep everywhere all the time.
We now have an narcoleptic chef.
Definitely.
I will be returning shortly with my secretary. In the meantime, would you be so kind as to phone AAA? Here's my membership card.
I'm afraid the only phone here is the chef's cell phone, and doesn't appear to be working, probably because of the storm.
I see. Miss Johnson, it would not be too much of an imposition. Do you think that possibly Millicent and I could find shelter here until help can arrive?
Millicent?
My secretary.
Well, I guess it would be all right, at least until the phone is working and we can get some help.
Thank you, Miss Johnson. Now, do not take advantage of my asks to continue with your lascivious behavior. Remember, the law is watching.
Who or what is the Reverend Samuel Abernathy?
I don't know, but I get the feeling if I were drowning, you'd be the first person to try to save my soul with an electric cattle prod.
Who was that? Where did he go?
It's the Reverend Samuel Abernathy. His car broke down. He went to get his secretary. They'll be back in a few minutes.
Why don't you see if your phone is working so we can check him out?
Right. Good idea. I'm going to try headquarters in Zone 7.
The only zone he will reach is the Twilight Zone.
He does seem to be a little out of it.
Well, he's never been in it.
Well,
Nothing.
then we have no way of knowing if he is who he says he is.
We can't have strangers wandering around this house. My instructions were to keep everybody out, except the Chagos Island government representative.
Well, the Reverend is here now, and he's gone to get his secretary, so there's going to be a few more people here, and there is not much we can do about it.
Shall be watching them like a hawk. If he's not who he says he is, then I shall apply interrogation technique specified in Field Agents Manual, Section 23, Subsection 3B, Paragraph 12.
How do you remember all those sections and subsections?
You do this.
That too.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing.
We'll practice later. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Go outside and follow the preacher man.
Right! I can do that!
It makes me wonder where they find these agents and how they manage to bring such idiots. Here, let me get that. Well, you never had to make it in the Marine Corps. The drill sergeants would have had him for breakfast.
Mr. Warren, you are one handsome hunk. I'm not finished with you yet. Before this night is over, your boots are going to be in my bed.
Now what are you doing?
Can you see me?
What, am I blind? Of course I can see you.
But they told me I would be invisible when I wore this.
Not in the middle of a cabin.
Oh! Right. Well, I'm still on the job.
You know, we've really got to find security out there if this meeting is to take place.
Miss Johnson, how do you propose we do it?
Do it?
Yes, we both know what needs to be.
We do?
Absolutely. I think we've been here long enough and we need to get down to business.
Sounds good to me.
Right, but first we need to figure out a way to do it without that preacher from hell finding out.
Way to go, big boy.
No, timing may be tricky, but I think we can handle it.
I'm so glad to hear you think timing is important.
And the room should be private. Your room would be best.
Now you're talking.
Okay, here's the plan. We shouldn't rush into this. We should create the right mood. Proceed slowly in a relaxed atmosphere. Perhaps a glass or two of wine would help.
I must be better than I thought.
Then, when the moment arrives, we'll be in a position to take advantage of that situation. What do you think?
I love it. I love it.
This is Margaret Johnson and Daniel Warren.
Hello.
Here, please, I'm going to take your coats.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you for helping us. It's really bad out there. You're welcome. Please, have a seat. Thank you. You look chill.
Can I offer you some coffee? Or
Perhaps a glass of brandy?
Oh, no. Samuel has warned me about the evils of liquor.
That is true, my dear, but you've been through a lot tonight, and I'm thinking that a small dose of brandy for medicinal purposes might be acceptable.
Right, medicinal.
Any luck with that cell phone?
No, I'm afraid it's still not working.
Miss Johnson, do you suppose you can finally find shelter for 2 more weary souls overnight?
Well, Daniel,
Well, the chef is out room, and that only leaves just one other room, besides my quarters at the rear.
I see. Well, of course, I'm going to need my own room. And since y'all most certainly won't be sharing a room, do you suppose you could share with Millicent?
Well, I guess so. Is that okay with you, Millicent? Yes, that would be nice of you.
Here you go.
Samuel, are you sure this is all right?
No thanks, Miss Johnson. I'm fine. I should keep a clear head.
You, Millicent? Oh, I don't think I should. Samuel has often preached about what he calls the devil's brew. People.
I wouldn't put it in words exactly like that.
Oh, but you always put it in words exactly like that.
Come on. Go change in my room.
So what brought you to this area?
Oh, well, we were on our way to a revival where Samuel was scheduled to preach, and we got lost.
Millicent, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and I don't think we were ever lost. I believe the Lord has a mission for me right here.
Oh, is the chef all right?
Mr. James is a little shaken up, but he'll be fine.
Oh, I'd like to meet him when he gets back to normal.
I am not so sure the works Luke James and normal have ever been used in the same sentence before. Anyway, he's changing. He'll be back in a minute or two.
Now, Mr. Warren, I still have no satisfactory explanation as to why your chef was hanging upside down by his feet in a blinding rainstorm.
hang out.
Mr. Warren, what's going on?
Oh, there's nothing going on, Reverend. There's really a very simple explanation to all this.
There is?
Of course.
Can't wait to hear this.
Well, you see, the proof of the matter is that Mr. James, can you tell him, Margaret?
Me?
Yes, you. Please explain to the Reverend about Luke.
Only for this one.
You see, the truth is, Reverend, that one of the extreme treatments for narcolepsy is to cool the body while hanging upside down. This allows fresh blood to flow to the brain, which stimulates the neurons that tell him to sleep, which in turn keeps him awake.
Amazing.
Yes. I mean, it is, isn't it?
Well, it must be awfully hard having narcolepsy. I mean, if you never knew when you were going to fall asleep, how would you know what to set the alarm?
No, but
I'll take a break, I'll go.
can I get you another one, Millicent?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Millicent! Everything in moderation.
Just the small one, then.
I appreciate your hospitality, Mr. Warren. But you need to remember, she's an innocent. And we must be careful not to lead her astray. As you know, alcohol is the root of all evil.
I thought it was money.
No, money's only evil when it's not used to do the Lord's work.
And Samuel is always telling everybody how he needs more money to do the Lord's work.
Right.
Oh, is there a problem?
Oh, just a slight accident.
Oh, what is it this time?
Well, it seems that Mr. James had the brilliant idea of putting his back to the oven to dry his clothes. And he caught on fire. He then proceeded to spray the entire kitchen and most of himself with the fire extinguisher. I don't even want to know how he got involved with all that ketchup.
You look absolutely delicious! Maybe you look like a strawberry sundae is all.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, come on. Let's get you cleaned up. Again.
Well, I heard about wearing your heart on your sleeve, but I never heard about wearing it on your...
Millicent, you must forget what you just saw. The Lord requires us to remain pure, both in mind and body.
Yes, but Samuel, why would he be wearing hearts on his shorts?
Millicent, I really don't think it's appropriate for us to be discussing Mr. James's underwear.
Oh, all right. But hearts?
Perhaps you'd like to change into some dry clothes.
Oh, yes. That would be nice.
Let's get your suitcase and I'll show you to our room. There's only one bathroom in this part of the cabin, but there is a big closet where you can put your things.
Oh, the brown one.
Excuse us, Reverend. Okay, Reverend, I'll show you to your room.
Thank you, Miss Johnson. I have some very important papers which I need to study.
I'm sure you'll be very comfortable in here.
Thank you, Miss Johnson. Although my mission is is not primarily one of comfort. Incidentally, I have some special dietary requirements, which I need to discuss with you a little later when the cook is awake.
Mr. James, Mr. Warren!
What is it?
It's him, that preacher, it's him.
What?
The Reverend Samuel Abernathy. He's the Chagos Islands representative.
What?
He just gave me the recognition code.
Are you sure?
Well, how else would he know the code?
It makes no sense. Why would he disguise himself as a preacher?
Well, it is a known fact that on many small island nations that religious leaders also pose as government officials.
I didn't know that. But if he really is who he says he is, why didn't he just say the code right away?
And how would he have known who I am? I mean, he thinks we're here for a weekend together. He doesn't know I work for the State Department. When you think of it, how would he even know now?
No, that's a very good point. But with the phones down, we have no way to confirm any of this.
Well,
Perhaps Millicent is the answer. And maybe we can find out by having Luke interview her. If she really is a government secretary, and even a graduate from the Central Idiots Academy, ought to be able to handle it. In the meantime, just don't do anything.
well, I could do one thing.
And what is that?
Plant one on you, big boy.
Johnson, please, what are you doing?
Well, obviously not basking in the warmth of your welcome.
Miss Johnson, can't we just be friends?
Well, I don't know. I've never had a friend.
I'm sure you have lots of friends.
No, I mean, I've never had a friend.
Really, Miss Johnson, you were incorrigible. I give up. Let me rephrase that. I had better go and get Luke out here as fast as I can. In the meantime, don't give anything away to the Reverend.
Oh, don't worry. The only person I'll be giving anything away to is you. I'm Gentleman Jyrene.
Hello, is Mr. Cole here?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, dear.
I'm Margaret Johnson. Can I help you?
Well, I don't know. Who are you?
I'm a friend of Mr. Cole's, and I had arranged with him to use this cabin for a little business meeting this evening. Who are you?
Well, I'm having a Faraday. I was hoping Mr. Cole would be here, you see. I live just the other side of the creek, and my power went out in the storm. I was hoping I could stay here for the night.
I see. You'd better give me your coat. Please have a seat. So, you know Mr. Cole?
Oh, of course. I've known him ever since I got divorced and moved into my cabin 3 years ago. We even cook for each other once in a while. Well, I'm surprised he's not here. I just saw him yesterday.
Well, I don't want to alarm you, but Mr. Cole had to go in for some medical tests, and we don't expect him back this evening.
Really? He didn't say anything to me.
If you'll excuse me, I need to let Mr. Warren know that you're here.
Who's Mr. Warren?
Oh, he's just an associate of mine.
Would it be okay if I use the bathroom to dry off a little?
Yes, the door's right there. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you?
No, no, not at all. I just didn't realize anyone else was here. Where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I never met a Mr. Cole. My car broke down early this evening out there in that terrible storm. My secretary and I took shelter. The Lord works in wondrous ways. It seems He summoned me here, and I arrived just in time to intervene in an immoral situation of the utmost gravity.
What?
I mean those two misguided souls who are about to embark on an illicit liaison.
Which two misguided souls?
Miss Johnson and Mr. Warren.
Mr. Warren?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Miss Johnson just said that she arranged to use this cabin for business, and that Mr. Warren was her associate.
The only business those two was conducting was monkey business.
Oh, I see.
I hope he never did.
Well, I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I'm just dying to get out of these wet boots and I can't seem to get them off. Would it offend you if I asked for your help?
No, not at all. I'm here to be of assistance. Goodness me, it does not appear to be coming off.
Well, let me try bracing myself with the other foot.
Here, let me try this.
Another woman? Who?
Heather Faraday. She said she's a neighbor and knows Mr. Cole. Her power went out and now she has to stay the night.
This isn't a safe house, it's a bed and breakfast. Did you check her ID?
Well, isn't that supposed to be your job?
Yes, it is. I can do that.
But first things first. Millicent will be out in a minute. We need you to find out if she and the Reverend really are representatives of the Chagos Islands government. Can you do that? And remain incognito?
I thought we were in Virginia.
Remain in a subtle way, without revealing you're an agent.
Subtle is my middle name.
You are about as subtle as a sledgehammer. But just remember, you are a chef.
Well, that's the only thing that worries me a little. I don't know anything about food. What do I do if they ask me about cooking and stuff?
Well, just be kind of vague. And you're narcoleptic, so you can always fall asleep if you get stuck.
I can do that.
I found a skirt. Heather's changing. Oh, hello. You must be the chef.
Oh, Millicent, may I introduce you to Luke James?
Hello!
Hi. You look a little different from the last time I saw you. Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, he's never been all right.
I just had a little accident, but I'm fine now, thank you.
Right. Well, I'll just leave you two to get acquainted. I'll be in my room if you need me.
I'm so excited to meet a real chef. My hobby is cooking and I watch all the TV shows. I have a million questions I would just love to ask you.
Oh dear. No, that's fine, but before we get to that, I'm fascinated by the Reverend Samuel Abernathy's line of work. Tell me, do you always travel with him?
Yes, most of the time.
And what exactly do you do?
Well, my job is mostly keeping track of the finances. Over the past few years, considerable sums of money have been required.
Really?
Yes, especially in the area of social services. The Reverend is especially keen on supporting programs for the needy.
I see, and he alone handles the negotiations for these funds?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call them negotiations, but he feels that he is in such a position of strength that he always gets what he needs.
But the decisions are his to make.
Oh, definitely. Though he is responsible to a higher authority.
Of course.
Now, if you don't mind, could you tell me what it's like to be a chef?
It's different. It's different.
Different?
Well, every day you cook something different, right?
Oh, yes, I guess we do. What's your favorite dish?
A plate.
Oh.
A plate. I mean, a plate.
Mr. James? Mr. James? What are you?
Oh dear. Did I fall asleep?
Yes, I think you did. Would you like a brandy? Soon to help me.
Well, I'm not sure if I should, being on duty and all.
Duty?
Cooking
I thought I did, but lately I'm beginning to realize that he may not be everything that he claims to be.
What?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I've been meaning to ask you. How do you keep a souffle from going flat? Mr. James. I'm afraid you fell asleep again.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. I know you can't help it.
You do?
Oh, yes. Samuel told me all about your narcolepsy. It must be very difficult.
You really do have a heart of gold, don't you?
And I, remember your hearts. I suppose I ought to go check on Miss Faraday. Maybe the skirt won't fit.
There you are. So, how did the interview go? Whoa! Now I've told you before.
Yeah, wow, what did you find out? Was he the representative?
From my interrogation of said subject, applying all the techniques at my disposal, while using subtle maneuvers to persuade the said subject to disclose certain information, I have determined that the Reverend may be the representative.
Maybe.
Yes.
All right, tell us exactly what you found out.
Well, he alone handled all the negotiations.
What else?
There's more, yes, there is more. Closer, closer, more secret. He is always in such a position of strength that he never really needs to negotiate.
Oh dear, that could be a problem.
And?
He is responsible to a higher authority.
Well, we know that.
So bottom line, we still have no idea if he is who he says he is. What we need to do is create an opportunity for me to be alone with him so I can confirm it one way or another. It's not really the ideal situation with all these people around, but it's all we've got.
Why don't I?
No.
No?
No.
Good one of my own.
Oh, Luke, maybe there is a way you can help. Do you think you can keep that Millicent busy in the kitchen?
I can do that.
And Daniel, do you think you can keep that Heather lady busy? But not too busy, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Sounds like it's not off a little. I'll suggest we go and check her cabin out or something.
I hope we're not disturbing you.
Oh no, we're just going over the plans for dinner, and actually the chef was wondering if you might assist him, Millicent.
Oh, yes.
I would love to. I've always wanted to work alongside a real life chef.
Is he safe in the kitchen?
Oh, he'll be fine.
Oh, he can function fine when the moon is full and the wind is in the right direction. It's just about stopped raining outside. Perhaps this is a perfect opportunity for us to go and take a look at your generator.
flashlight. I'll be right back.
Well, I hope we make it across the bridge. The creek is very high.
Well, you're one lucky lady. You have a big, strong